and Brad Heywood from Sydney. The 47 car from position 10. They get the wind up and racing now as they cross the wire, heading and run off on the infield there. And that was the West Australian Garry Sartori heading in there, and well, giving Jeff Kroll, the inside track announcer, a bit of hurry up there, but something to laugh when they hit the green. Sartori back in the pack now. The field bunches up as they sweep towards the start line. Oh, and right up and over again. Oh, it's Sartori punching Ray Ballou for third place. The two cars touch. Oh, and Ray Ballou upends the Queenslander over there on turn 2. Head onto the back straight away. Rob Kyle still trying hard in that number 8 car, and trying too hard now. He goes around and is slammed into by the number 76 car of Rod Bowen. Rod Bowen slamming into the out of shape Rob Kyle. Crash out on the high line there, allowing Garry Rush to go by on the inside 1 million mile an hour. There's the defending title holder, and here's Sid Moore. Sid Moore honking it up, going around sideways and up and over, and at the same time David Hetherington out of Victoria. And Ray Lacey regains second place as they cross the wire. Oh, and Lacey and Kelly touch. Lacey backs onto the infield. Kelly's over, and so is Lacey. Lacey as they cross the wire, and John Kelly. Lacey flipping to the infield, and John Kelly heading straight to the outfield to pick up the concrete safety barrier, and upending the Queensland number 7. Phil Johnson drops back and loses the start as Garry Rush comes out of position 2 and leaves the field down into the first corner for the first occasion, and up and over is David Anderson. David Anderson, before the first lap is completed, has upended the Victoria number 30. Phil Johnson again being attacked on the inside by Max Dunsey as Garry Rush takes the advantage to open up the bumper zone over the remainder of the pack, but Max Dunsey is not going to allow Garry Rush to escape. Phil Johnson also withstanding the challenge from George Tatnell now, and you can guarantee it will be a relentless attack from the veteran Tatnell. Will Barrows further back, but up and over there 2 of the Winfield cars involved, and that is Brooke Tatnell. It is Brooke Tatnell in the number 8 car. Also involved is Wayne Bunker in car number 27. We'll see if we can pick up just who the other Winfield car was at the moment, and that was John Kelly. And back to the live action now, and young Tatnell is out of the car. He's spotted the problem with the car, and he's heading back to the pit enclosure. Whatever it is, he's going to get it himself, and he's running like a little jackrabbit back into the pits. Okay, well, Tatnell back in the office of the number 8 car. Whatever the problem was has been sorted out, and Tatnell gets set to take his designated position in the field as we get set to run again with this 1990 Australian Sprint Car Championship final. Selects a high run there. Oh, as they come through and put a lap on Ray Lacey. Heat 11, quick to jump out was Max Dunsey and George Tatnell. On the outside is Brett Lozen, who quickly goes around and is picked up by Kevin McCullum, and end for ends onto the infield. The Victorian Kevin McCullum.
Former Australian champion back in 1968, Bob Tunks. You've never run here before at Archerfield Astrodome.
No, we missed the title when it was here. It was a 2-round deal when it was in Queensland last time, and we missed practice because I couldn't get away from work. So when I got here today, it's the first time I've seen the racetrack.
21-year-old Jamie Cobby, South Australian, now resident in Victoria. This is your first opportunity to have a look at Archerfield Astrodome on the practice night on Wednesday. What were your impressions of the track?
It looked very similar to a couple of tracks that I've ran before, so we weren't really that far out of the ballpark. We sort of could familiarise a little bit with it, and it wasn't a bad looking track.
8 times National Australian Sprint Car champion Garry Rush here at Archerfield over the weekend. You're looking for your 9th championship. What do you assess your chances?
Well, we're going okay at this stage. We've got another lot of set of heats to run yet, and we'll probably start up the front, somewhere near the front, and if you get the right, you get your tyres right, I think we can. Well, we're going as fast as anyone else here. It's just a bit of luck. If luck's with you, you'll go all right.
Video now is 1985 Australian Sprint Car champion Ron Cricky from Perth. Ron, how do you assess your chances here this weekend?
We've come here, you know, pretty open-minded. We want to do well, of course. I mean, there's nothing better than to win the show, but we're going to be trying. You know, we've done a couple of laps around here and gone okay. To finish in the top 10, I think is going to be a feat on its own. But yeah, we're just going to try.
Well, Team Tatnall have proved to be one of the consistently fastest combinations in Australian sprint car racing throughout 1989-90. George and Brooke, your practice here on Wednesday night, how did you go? How did you perform, George?
Very good, John. We were really pleased with it. We had 3 runs and the track kept coming in all the time. We ended up at the end, we got the cars dialed in pretty good, but you know, practice and race nights are completely different, but we're very confident the cars are going to work very well and they're going to be very fast.
And Brooke, this was your first ever look at Archerfield from the driver's seat. How did you assess your performance on Wednesday night?
I feel that we went pretty good. Still got to get a bit quicker, but then again it's a different night, different ball game. So I feel I'm reasonably happy in everything else. The car's good, I just got to adapt more to myself.
Brad, you've never run at Archerfield before?
No, this was my first time. I'm quite looking forward to it. I see the track preparations underway there now. Looks like it'll be a pretty good track. The weather's fine, so we can't ask for much more.
Well, the best ever result in an Australian Championship was in Queensland some 10 years ago.
Yes, John, we fortunate enough to run second at the exhibition ground, which the first night was here and the second night was the exhibition ground 10 years ago.
Colin and Robert Farr here at Archerfield Astrodome for the 1990 Australian Sprint Car Championship. Colin, what are your aspirations this weekend? What do you want to do as far as positions in the A main?
With these Australian title deals, a lot of luck comes into it, and if we can qualify up somewhere near the front in the first couple of rows, I think you've got a chance in these kind of races because anything can happen at all. So if we qualify, we'll be happy.
And Robert, this is your first Australian title, and what do you want to do this weekend?
I just hope to qualify for the main and run well and get a lot of experience out of it, hopefully.
One of the crowd favourites for the 1990 Australian Sprint Car Championships at Archerfield Astrodome will be Ray Nipolesi. Ray, how many titles have you contested so far?
This is my 10th year back this stint, John, but I missed 2 years. 2 years ago, I've been back, this is my second year back, but I missed 2 years then, so I've run 8 this time in sprint cars, yeah.